Hello, my friends, and greetings from a new country. Well, I couldn't say I have reached that country already yet, but I can see it from my window already, and I can show it to you as well. Can you guess which country is it? Can you see the Balkan mountains? This is Bosnia and Herzegovina. I hope I pronounce it correctly. How do you pronounce it in English? This must be one very interesting country. I have been here before, but not properly. So I have gone through this country, well, small part of this country in a bus some time ago. But I have never properly visited, so I don't count this country as a visited country for myself yet. But this is about to change in front of your own eyes, my friends. And I think this will be an interesting country, because as far as I have seen and understand things, Balkans are most complicated region in Europe, and former Yugoslavia is most complicated part of Balkans. And Bosnia and Herzegovina is definitely the most complicated country from the countries of the former Yugoslavia. Now then, we're touching the ground here, my friends. Yes. So it will be interesting. It will be quite unusual, I think. And there will be quite a few things which I can share with you about these things, I hope. I thought, what is strange about this picture? The grass is growing. I haven't seen that view for some time, when grass is growing just like that without irrigation, and the trees are growing just like that without watering. Yes, that's Europe. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, my friends, welcome to sunny Bosnia and Herzegovina. What do you think? Will this be an interesting country? I have such a feel. Can you see how old are all the airport machinery and cars? Not often you get to see this. So it will not be boring. What do you think? So this is the biggest main hall of the airport, and I just went to Menjačnica, the currency exchange, and I got some funny things. Can I show you here? The local fiat currency. This is how it looks. The Bosnia and Herzegovina marks, they're called. And usually these guys try to make these fiat currencies to look very beautiful and impressive, so that you have impression that they have some value. You draw some pyramids on them and so on. But here these guys haven't tried too much. And this is how the coins look. Especially the paper money. It really looks like like papers. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not making fun of the country, but I'm always happy to make fun of the central banks. So let's go out and see what's going on in this place, shall we? Ah, we have friends here. People waiting for the bus probably, but I don't have to wait because my hotel is very, very near. So I'll have the luxury of walking there. So that's our last view of the airport from outside. The weather is very nice, sunny, something like 22 degrees, 24 degrees. Ideal, isn't it? Life is good. Let's go and explore this place. It's so cool that I can simply go and walk. Even the locals are waiting for the bus. I can just walk to my hotel. This is actually a proper entrance look of the airport. And 13 minutes walk from here will be my hotel. My apartment even. How cool is that? I'll show you later. But let me tell you why I chose to come to Bosnia. One reason, of course, is that it is one of the very few countries in Europe which I haven't properly visited yet. Well, to be very exact, it is one of the 3 countries. There is one country which I haven't set my feet on at all yet. And there are 2 countries in Europe which I have gone through only and haven't visited properly, and one of them is Bosnia. And now I have a situation that I need to go to Ireland. I also need to go to Latvia to take care of some paperwork and other stuff. And then when going from Egypt to Ireland, I was thinking, would it be a good idea, since the most expensive plane ticket is out of Egypt? Within Europe it's very cheap. Like, I often get tickets for 4 euros, for 5 euros, for 10 euros if it's a lot. If it's very expensive, 15 euros. Like cheap tickets, easily affordable tickets within Europe. But once I'm getting out of Egypt, so I thought, why not spend some 4 euro, 5 euro, whatever tickets and choose to go to Ireland through somewhere where I haven't been yet. And the first I was looking for Iceland because that's what I haven't visited at all. And yes, I happened to find a good option how to get to Ireland through Iceland, and it should work fine. And then while thinking about that all, I had such a feeling, a strange feeling, that should I maybe visit Bosnia as well? And I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but you know, I was in Ukraine a few months before the war broke out. And it was a very strange feeling to see all those same places which I visited in the news being bombed or fortified against invasion and so on. Strange feeling. And I had such a strange feeling about Bosnia. Should I maybe visit it now? Who knows if it will be possible to visit it later? Because from what I knew about Bosnia already, I had that impression that it's not the most stable political situation here. And then I was looking about the tickets to go to Iceland via Bosnia, and indeed I found very cheap options, like literally 4 euro ticket, which looked good. And then I put into Google word Bosnia and I clicked news, and all I saw were just all kinds of articles about how unstable the situation is, how Russia is trying to shake the boat, rock the boat and destabilize the situation, of course blaming that the West is destabilizing. And I'm not saying who is right, who is wrong. It's just what articles popped up about that it is an impossible country, sewn together from very different many pieces which doesn't fit together, and it is set to explode. And that this war in Ukraine, which is raging now, that it heightens the tensions and the risks that something might blow up here as well. So yeah, I'm not very happy to hear it about any people, about any place. Like, it's a crazy tragedy and misery which war brings. It's not something funny or something which I would like to joke about. But I would like to visit this place while I still can. And I really honestly hope that it will not be the case, that everything will be fine, that peace will last, and me and you and everybody will be able to visit this country for the years to come without any fear. But just in case, since I have the option, I want to visit it now. I want to see something of it, just in case it becomes very difficult. Like, if I wanted to visit this place between year beginning and middle of 90s, was it 92 to 95 when the war was raging in Bosnia? It wouldn't be the best place to go and visit. I hope it won't repeat, and I hope it won't be something even worse than that, what it was. But yeah, I just decided that I have a good option, a good possibility, very affordable, easily doable. I just took a few days more for my necessary things on top of that, and I left Egypt a little bit earlier, so I have time to explore this country. I already wanted to say wonderful country, and I'm quite sure that is the word which I will be willing to use about this place, because I have heard and read many good things about this place. I haven't properly researched everything, as always, hadn't enough time for that. But just from my impressions, what I have gathered through the life, through the years, I kind of have a warm feeling in my heart about Bosnia and Bosnians. And sorry, I don't even know how to tell. Bosnians? If I say it, does it mean everybody who lives in this country, or does it mean only part of it? Because this is a very complicated situation. This country consists of two parts, kind of two parts. One is Republika Srpska, which is Serbian-speaking regions, which is mostly like a strip of land on the east and on the north, with the capital Banja Luka. And then there is Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina, which consists of two parts. Bosnian part, how do you say it, like a middle part, which is predominantly Muslim. The Serbians are predominantly Orthodox, and this is kind of almost the central place of this village around the airport. Aerodrom Tuzla. So the second part of the federation is, how do you call it, Croatian speaking part, with ethnic Croatians who live there, kind of closer to Croatia, and they are predominantly Catholics. So three kind of different languages, three different religions, and all of them bound together in one country, and which was difficult for me to understand initially, that Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina is not the whole thing, but one part of it. I think this was my road, from what I remember from the map. So the federation is one part of the whole country. So Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina consists of the Croatian Catholic part and Muslim Bosniak part, and they together form Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And the federation, together with Republika Srpska, they together form the whole country, which is Bosnia and Herzegovina. Quite a thing to get your head around, isn't it? And as far as I understand, that their relationships, their ambitions, their motives, their history is far more complicated than what I was just trying to explain to you. So yeah, friends, let's see and let's try to understand something about these dear people who live in this country, how they live, how they see world, how they feel, how they understand, and maybe we can learn something from them. Oh, I think that's already the sign. Yes, that should be mine. Okay, that was very easy. It was, yeah, I'm back in Europe. I easily reserved the place. I easily found it on map. It was put on the map on the right place where it really is. And even on the street, there's a sign. How easy is that? It's not Egypt. Nice. Let's see if we can get in. It seems to be blocked. Can I ring a bell somewhere? Ah, I can open it. Just like this. Nice. Now, friends, sit down, please. You will fall otherwise. This is my apartment. Come on, friends. It cost me €8.68 for one night. And it's a whole big apartment. Like, there is one room, which I will not be using even. Then this is my room, which I will be using. The corridor, and the bathroom. And then there is a separate living room. How good is that, my friends? And then there's a kitchen. A nice proper kitchen with everything. And this whole apartment cost me €8.68. I don't know what to think. I didn't expect this. I knew it's cheap, yeah, that's why I booked it, but I didn't expect, and you see, here's a balcony, all to myself. Nice view, with the mosque, with mountains, peaceful, beautiful. Come on, guys, I want to stay for 1 week here, not 1 day. This is crazy. And this is the entrance from my other room. This is properly crazy. Okay, friends, I think it's time to explore this place. What do you think? What a nice place. So, the owner doesn't speak too much English, but I can guess a lot of his Bosniak language, which is very, very similar to Croatian and to Serbian. They understand each other when they speak. I can guess a lot of their languages, I should say probably, by knowledge of Russian. I couldn't really get it all, but I kind of guess what they are talking about. But his son, I think he was the son, he spoke very good English, and while he was there, so he translated me. And they told me that there is a bus here somewhere, bus number 11, which goes to Tuzla city. This is not exactly Tuzla. It is some 7.5 kilometers maybe from Tuzla at the airport, like a village near airport. Which is very nice for me, and it is a lot cheaper than Tuzla itself. So that's why I stayed here. But I want to see a little bit of Tuzla, and I want to find bus station, Autobusna stanica bus station, and to try to find out what is the best way how I can get to Sarajevo tomorrow. So today will be for Tuzla, but tomorrow I want to be in Sarajevo as early as possible. Well, not kind of really early, but I want to spend more time in Sarajevo tomorrow than in Tuzla. Let's put it that way. And yeah, I want to buy the ticket, I want to find out what's where. I want to find out also how to get to that place. They said that this bus number 11 goes maybe every half an hour or so. Let's see if we can find any timetable. Maybe this is Europe, kind of. So could be maybe there is such a thing as timetable even. This is about page of my YouTube channel. And if you scroll down, you will find the link to my Patreon, where I post more personal videos which are not meant for the general public in YouTube. Restaurant Bosanka. I like this name. Bosanka, I think, is Bosnian woman. At least it sounds to my ear like this. Guessing from Russian, but I don't know. And sobe is the same as osobe, and the same as room, so they rent rooms as well, but definitely not for that price, I think. Oh, I see some bus there, and could it be a place where the bus turns? And look there, my friends, there, that's definitely looks like a bus stop. But as I don't see any timetable there, and as some bus is already waiting there, I will go and inquire if there is a driver in that bus. Maybe I can find out when is he going. I don't know, no driver inside. Ugovoreni prevoz. That sounds something like that it's taken by somebody, not for public. No photographs here. What's the story? Is it for army? Maybe. So we don't take any photographs, guys. Remember that, yeah? Okay, let's see the bus stop itself. So I'm quite kind of sure that this bus meant, that sign meant that it's not for general public, it's for somebody like taken for, how do you call it in English? Let's see what's going on here. Any timetable, any sign of former timetables? Not really. Not really. Okay. Another way would be ask people. Ah, there's post office. They might know if they're open. And they're not open. And by the way, it's Sunday and it's kind of evening. Hello, do you speak English? Is there a bus to Tuzla?
Yeah.
And do you know when it goes? When it comes? What time? Is it often or very rare?
Very rare.
Half hour?
I don't know.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Hvala. So, it wasn't much hope. Hello, do you speak English?
Yeah.
Do you know, is there a bus to Tuzla?
It's a weekend. I'm not sure what time actually is going out.
Might be not so often.
I think in a weekend it's quite in the morning 1 or 2 and late afternoon 1 or 2. That is a taxi.
Taxi will be expensive probably.
Well, the bus is expensive too though. The gas here it's a
Is it, yeah?
oh,
How much is bus, do you know?
I think it's almost 3 euros, 4 euros.
For just this bit?
Just one trip.
Wow, 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 wow.
It is really expensive.
This is crazy.
The gas just came
Yeah.
out of the, well, not out of nowhere, just that situation over there at the
Yeah,
Ukraine. and
not
so
easy.
everything went on. But let me give him a call.
Yeah,
now,
thank you,
know.
thank you. Wow, this is crazy. That doesn't sound very promising. 4 euros for 17 minutes bus ride in Bosnia? No.
Tuzla is nice, man. You like the food. and stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. Hvala. Have a good day.
Hey, no problem, man. Safe trip.
Yeah, all the best to you. That will be what I will be doing probably. Sunday evening, nothing is happening. And even if I get to Tuzla, it might be difficult to get back today. So, my plans now are changing, my friends. Now, what I'm thinking, I'll go to sleep early, I'll wake up early tomorrow, and I'm going to Tuzla early in the morning. Let's just a little bit walk around here, this village, and go back to home. Enjoy the nice home and plan for early start in the morning tomorrow. Dobro došli, which means welcome. But I can guess it from Russian, but in Russian it more sounds like kindly coming. You have kindly come, maybe that. I don't know how to translate it even, but funny anyway. It's often the case when the languages are a little bit similar, like Slavic languages among themselves. They can sometimes be mutually intelligible in some part, but then some words have changed their meanings and then it sounds funny. Like when you know Russian, for example, and you read signs in Ukrainian in Ukraine, it's just so funny. Yeah, small Bosnian village near airport, not too far from kind of regional center sized town. Somebody who died in '93, and the picture looks like a passport or army kind of picture. To be died in '93, that seems like a war. '92 to '95, was it? The Bosnian War. Yeah. This country unfortunately has a lot of wounds in the history, in the past, and in very recent history. With the terrible, terrible war when Yugoslavia broke into pieces for Bosnia it was very bloody, in the literal sense of the word. There was terrible genocide and terrible atrocities which were happening here. A lot of people had to move to different places and never come back and so on. So yeah, I'll have a chat with some people here and there and get some impression how they see things, how they feel their lives and history and present and future, how they look on it. This is how the evening prayer call sounds here in Bosnia. A little bit different than in Egypt. Isn't this beautiful? Good morning, my friends. It's a little bit past 7 o'clock, so I think it's a good time to hit the road and see what today brings. Nice day. It's a Monday morning, and I was thinking that this might be a good time when people might want to go to work. So there should be some buses. And you see that lady which goes there in front of me. For some reason I feel like she is going to a bus as well. And if it's true, that would be very nice, because it means that it's the right time for the bus. But maybe she will go somewhere else. We'll see. Whatever it will be, we'll take it. And however it will happen, we'll get to Tuzla. Whenever I see soldiers in a country which is kind of on the brink of war, I somehow feel a lot worse than when I see sheep being taken to slaughterhouse. Is it only me? Yeah, that taxi driver just came to me. He didn't speak any other language besides his own, but I kind of understood him by guessing from my Russian knowledge. He said that there will be no bus. Of course, taxi men are always interested saying these things, so I don't know how much I can believe it or not. But he said there will be no bus and he can take me to Tuzla for 10 euros. And I said, no, thank you. All good. He wasn't difficult to get rid of. He was very polite. So a pleasant change after professional Egyptian sellers. But you see, there is a man in that bus stop now while I'm explaining you this thing. Let me ask him, maybe. Is he waiting for a bus as well? That would be a good sign. If not, I might go hitchhiking. We'll see. Dobar den. Autobus Tuzla? What time? Aha, okay. Hvala. The post office, is it open? They should know the timetables. The post office is still closed, and I asked the other man. He confirmed that there is a bus, yes. And when I asked what time, he said he doesn't know. These things are quite easy actually to figure out without language even. Just showing the gestures and the time on your imagined wristwatch, which I don't have, showing the direction and saying autobus Tuzla. So Tuzla is obvious, that's the name of the city, and I'm showing on that direction as well. Autobus is clear. What is autobus? Who doesn't know what is autobus? Even you English speakers should be able to guess what the autobus is. Should we ask maybe some shopkeepers here? They might know. Is it worth waiting, or should I just go hitchhiking? I'm asking to many people. Nobody says that. Everybody says they don't know. So I asked one more person, and he spoke a little bit German. What a good change, so we could communicate a little bit better. And I asked what time is the bus, and he said 9:30, but he didn't look exactly sure about it. Oh, but 9:30 is a long time. It looks like hitchhiking might be a good idea while waiting. What do you think, my friends? Should we pick some spot where they can see me in a bigger distance and easily stop? Like here maybe? I'm hitchhiking for 7 minutes now already. No luck yet, but there was one good thing. Bus number 11 went on that side, the opposite direction. And that's the bus which I need. And unless it has scheduled for long wait on that terminus, or it is very far, the terminus, it might mean that it's quite soon when the bus should come back. It might be not so hopeless. It might be not 9:30. 9:30, as the man said. We'll see. How cool is that, my friends? Yeah, no luck this far. I'm hitchhiking for some 15 minutes about, but nothing yet. We'll see which comes first. That bus, which should come back sometime from the terminus there, or some car which picks me up. Well, how about this, my friends? I am now in Živnice, something like that. A small town where all the buses pass, which is kind of a little bit closer to Tuzla, but here is a lot more buses and a lot more connections. And also from here, buses go to Sarajevo, but I wanted to see Tuzla as well before I go to Sarajevo. But imagine, the guy who picked me up, he was taxi. Can you imagine that? And I wasn't hitchhiking him. I wasn't trying to stop him. When I saw it's a taxi, I put down my hand. He stopped and he offered me for 15 marks, which would be what, 7 euros or something. Then he said he can take me for 4 euros, and I said honestly that no, I have very tight budget, so sorry, I don't want to use taxi when I can't pay for a taxi. And then he said he is going to pass the car test every 6 months. They need to make a test for the car, for the taxis. In Živnice, this town, I forgot the name already. And if I want, he can take me to here for free. And I came. What a nice man. Taxi who is taking you somewhere for free. How often do you hear this happening? So yeah, this seems to be a little bit bigger town with a lot more people, and somewhere here will be bus station. This is my Patreon page. Did you know that you can choose there any monthly subscription fee that you want? There are no limits. You can leave the $5 per month, or you can enter something more substantial if you want to support me more. Or you can also enter something so small that you will not even feel it in your monthly budget. But it will still make a big difference for me, especially if there will be many such patrons like you. You can use PayPal or card payments, whichever you prefer. The Patreon subscription payments will be made automatically each month, and you can change or cancel them at any time. So this is a shop of kitchen appliances of today and of old times. What kitchen appliance is this, my friends? Can you tell me? It looks like something. Was it a frame saw for the big logs? No. Or yes? It was some saw. What is it in English? Some German writings of the company which made it. Yeah, I see the saws. Yeah, the blades. And the thing which pulled the big log in to be sawn vertically into boards. We figure it out, friends. How often do you see these things, my friends? And this is huge. It's the size of a 2-story house. Wow. Let's keep exploring, my friends. Something not exactly ideal just happened. There was a bus which came on the direction of Tuzla, and with sign in the window that it's going to Tuzla. I was trying to stop him. He was kind of slowing down, but then he passed me and didn't stop. And he stopped at that bus stop there. But he's still waiting there. Can I still get him? The next bus might be a long time from now. No, it's leaving. Okay. Let's walk back towards the bus station, and then we can see when the next ones are going and to which direction. I wanted to go to Tuzla before I go to Sarajevo. We'll see how often the buses are going. So, in this intersection I should turn here, and somewhere there should be the bus station. And yes, indeed, there is a bus station. Autobusna stanica Živinice, but I think they pronounced it Živice. Nice. It's actually so pleasant to find your way around in Europe, because the maps work, they show where things are, and they actually are there. It's so easy. Is it all the places where you can go from here? Looks like it. Nice. Biletarnica. The place where you get bilet, the ticket. Quite easy to guess. And also the timetable. Not bad. A lot of buses here. Well, friends, it worked out very nicely. While I was still looking on that timetable, I noticed that one bus is leaving its spot, and it was written Tuzla in the window. So I ran to it, it stopped for me. It had left already a few meters, so it stopped, opened the door. I asked Tuzla. He said yes, and it is only 3 marks, so €1.50 approximately. A lot better than the €4 which the guy was telling me yesterday. But it's from here, not from there. Maybe it's different, I don't know. But in any case, everything is good. We are already in the limits of city Tuzla. I saw the sign which said Grad Tuzla, and Grad is city in many languages, many Slavic languages. I actually find quite easy to guess all these names, well, not all, many. Like for example that sign which says Izlaz na zadnja vrata. I can guess from Russian. Izlaz means like the place where you crawl out of something, so obviously exit. Zadnji is the back, the rear, and vrata is kind of old Russian for gate, so obviously door. Not so difficult. I read that Tuzla is one of industrial centers of this country, and it kind of shows. What do you think? This seems to be like a power plant, thermoelectric power plant or something of that sort. So this is where I decided to jump out, because my map says that somewhere there, that must be it, is the bus station. If you'd like to hear more from me and support me in my ways, you're more than welcome to become my patron. Find the link to my Patreon page just under the description of my YouTube channel's About page.